I wish to lend my voice this morning to the outcry against the mass purchasing of newly built housing units. The news headlines this past week have been salt in the wounds of so many in this country whose hope in owning their own home is fast fading. The complexities of the housing market do not often lend themselves to easy fixes. Surely this makes it all the more important to seize the opportunities we do see to put a quick stop to bad practice. In this vein, the recent comments from the Housing Minister and the Taoiseach expressing their dismay at this occurrence are welcome. But words are cheap. They come cheap unless they're printed on Oireachtas paper and signed by the President. Let's see the legislation put before these houses that will see new homes going to new buyers and not overseas speculators. Because it's houses that will solve this housing crisis. The Government recognises this, which begs the question, why are county councils around the country being told to de-zone fully serviced sites? Meath could deliver 10,000 homes to the people of this county, and yet the planning regulator and the minister continue to artificially suppress this number by throttling the ability of the county development plan to meet the needs of local communities and the country as a whole. And despite the recent media hype about this phenomenon, the snapping up of hundreds of units is not a recent development. This has been going on for years, ever since these global real estate investment trusts were given free rein via tax breaks in an attempt to taxidermy the Celtic tiger. Now we see the fully knock-on effects of such practices, let's reconsider. These funds have been referred to as the vultures, ready to swoop on investments, and cuckoos stealing the nests of ordinary people. Let's have the system go the way of the dodo and be rid of it for good.
Sharon Keogan talked about the mass purchasing again, and I'll come back to you. One thing that would be very curious to have done, and I'm aware obviously of the impact of our new planning regulator, not just to once-off houses, but to indeed how we actually spatially plan around the country. I think it would be very interesting that if we had an audit of all of the actual service sites in the country, and not just in yours and mine county, but in every county in the country, of the service sites that are ready to be built on tomorrow, that have actually been de-zoned by county councils, and to come up with a plausible reason as to why they were de-zoned in favour of zoning land that won't be ready for building for years, when we are literally crying out for land to be built on ready now. So I might actually ask for that to be done and come back to you, Senator.